A long flight can often be a difficult way to start a vacation, and it's practically unavoidable for people headed to Fiji on its national airline. For example, a non-stop Fiji Airways flight from Los Angeles to Nadi International Airport takes 11 hours. To help passengers arrive fresh, the airline is launching its Fly Well program on some long-haul flights next month. Business class passengers will be offered perks like wearable technology and mental performance drinks. Paul Scurrah is the CEO of Fiji Airways. I have to say, despite a long flight, I wouldn't mind going to Fiji right now. I wouldn't mind spending 15 hours. I imagine it's probably about 15 hours from New York in the air to get to a destination like that. This idea of mental performance drinks, we're going to get into what you're offering and why, and Fly Well and Fiji
Sure.
Airlines being apparently the world's happiest airlines, according to you guys. But just talk to us about what these mental performance drinks actually are, Paul.
Yeah, well, the mental performance drinks, thank you for having us as well, Zane. It's a pleasure to be here. The mental performance drinks are part of the package of offerings that have been targeted to deal with the things that are most prevalent when people are flying long haul, particularly with sleep and fatigue and jet lag. And it also helps with focus and energy. And we know increasingly, because the beautiful resorts of Fiji are increasing the prominence on wellness, we know that we want that wellness journey to start when they get on the world's happiest airline, to start the journey.
And then just in terms of how you expect this to pay off in terms of revenue, it always does come down to the bottom line, of course. So just explain that side of it to us.
Yeah, well, I think it's a crowded market, and we're competing with many other parts of the world. Fiji is absolutely beautiful. We know that we're seeing record numbers, particularly from the US, coming to Fiji. We just broke our monthly record for visitors. But we know we have to have a point of difference, and we have to stick out from a crowd. Where, down in the South Pacific, we're a little isolated, so we want to make sure that we're on people's radars. So this becomes a part of our offering. That we are the world's happiest airline. We know we offer a great service on our beautiful state-of-the-art aircraft already. But because wellness is increasing in importance, and Hilton's own research showed that the number one motivating factor for travel now is rest and recharge, we know that we want that journey to start when they get on the plane, not when they arrive in Fiji.
In terms of your airline being the world's happiest airline, one of the things that certainly makes people unhappy is, of course, high ticket prices. And, with everything that's happening with the Iran war, the Strait of Hormuz being closed, and 20% of the world's oil passing through that, and what that means for higher oil prices, you have airlines not just cancelling flights left and right, which is its own problem, but also raising ticket prices as well. I mean, how much of a problem is that for you guys right now?
Well, I think like every airline in the world, on the cost side, we are suffering from extraordinarily high fuel prices. The unique position we find ourselves in is that the demand has been very strong, so we're able to recover and mitigate to a degree the increase of those cost increases. Our reputation as a safe and family-friendly destination that's isolated from the conflict is really helping us right now. But like everyone, we have to make changes. We have to monitor it on a daily basis. Fuel is certainly impacting the industry in a very negative way at the moment.
And so obviously the Fly Well program we're just beginning to sort of roll that out. But how are you've talked about how Fiji is competing with other destinations, but Fiji Airlines, just in terms of how it's competing with other airlines that fly. I understand that American Airlines flies to Fiji. You've got Qantas. You've got sort of various other airlines in Asia that you are competing directly with. How do you want your passengers' experience on your airline to really be different from that of your competitors?
Yeah, you mentioned American Airlines and Qantas, and they're great One World partners of ours. So that partnership's a benefit to us. We don't see them as competitors per se. But when we talked about what we can do to prove we're the world's happiest airline, wellness kept coming up. And so this journey started when we appointed Rolk, who is a globally recognised performance and recovery expert who's worked with celebrities and athletes to help them recover and perform. And we decided that on top of the beautiful experience, the happy staff that we have, Fiji is just such a naturally beautiful country. And despite the fact that they don't have the wealth that we have in Australia or the US, they're just naturally happy, and that shines through on board. And we're seeing that in our research. But we want to add a level of and a point of difference to that, which is where the Fly Well program came into effect. So they're going to see some pretty new things. So the amber special lenses from Ra Optics, the Magic Mind drinks you talked about, which are about mental clarity or sleep or muscle recovery, vital red light, Firefly recovery. Both of those are actually helping people recover from the long-haul flights as well. So, and in our lounges, you've got EMF blocking technology through Airways tech. I know it's invisible, but we all know that electronic magnetic frequencies coming off our phones and our laptops are a bit of a silent issue. So we're really excited that this is going to get us a bit of prominence. It's going to put us on the map, and Fiji is going extremely well right now, and we hope to contribute to it doing even better.
My gosh, Paul, I have to be honest, I had such a hard time concentrating because as you were speaking, we were playing B-roll of the beautiful islands of Fiji. And I can just see myself being up on my computer until 2 a.m. today, researching various... Where should I stay if I choose to visit Fiji, Paul?
Oh, I would get myself in a lot of trouble singling out a single resort. But there's so many beautiful islands. The island experience, the people the friendly people you get to experience here in Fiji. I'm not going to isolate anyone out. I'd say come out and have a beach and island experience. The snorkeling is beautiful. The surfing is amazing, and the people are incredible.
You've got to be neutral. You can't put your thumb on the scale. I get it. Thank you so much for that, Paul Scurrah. We appreciate it. Thank you.